Hi, everybody. It's Jill here with Illuminating Women, and I can't believe it's our conference time again. I'm so excited because women just get so fired up and really illuminate their personal and professional growth. And today, I am excited to bring to you one of our speakers that's going to be coming all the way from Phoenix, Arizona. Say hi to Lindsey, everybody.
Hey.
Anyway, so Lindsey, I just want to really thank you for your desire to also illuminate other women and help them empower their lives. And I'm so excited for this conference because I have talked to personal coaches who are life coaches and business coaches, and they said, wow, the whole lineup of speakers and the topics are exactly what women are struggling with and need help or just to get over that last little bit of hump. And we're bringing you in to talk, and your title is Finding Courage and Getting Over That Perfection Paralysis by freeing yourself from comparison and criticism. So I just like, wow, that's juicy. It's a lot. And I know there's a lot of talk around that. So can you share a little bit about yourself, who you are, what do you do, and why is this topic passionate to you?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. It is such an honor to get to collaborate with women like you. And I am thrilled to just have this opportunity to meet new friends and to meet women who are having the same kind of conversations as we are having here in Phoenix, where I live. And this topic is one that's especially close to my heart because had you met me, well, and you did know me, but the audience listening, had you met me 5 years ago, I was not doing any of the things that I'm doing now, which is, I'll give you the highlight reel first, and then I'll tell you about what a hot mess I was and still am. I am the author of the best-selling book, Powerhouse Woman, Getting Out of Your Own Way, Pursue Your Unique Purpose, and Live a Powerful Life, something like that, whatever my book is called. No, but, and that book was really inspired by something that I was seeing around me, which is so many women who would share their heart and share these things that they were passionate about, things that they felt like they were being called to create, whether that be a business, a passion project, maybe they just felt like they were meant for more and couldn't quite put their finger on it. And then in the next breath, they would tell me why they weren't ready or why they were afraid or why they didn't feel like they had what it took in order to actually fulfill on that calling, that nudge. And they were describing exactly how I felt, but what I had a different view of, because I had started a business at this point and I was doing the do, is I could see that what they were describing and what was stopping them from taking that initial step was everything that I felt on a daily basis, but that there weren't a whole lot of women sharing both sides of that story, that weren't sharing, okay, here's the success I've created, yes, and I've done these things, but you know what? I still feel fear and I still feel doubt and I still get stuck in perfectionism. And I saw that we had this need for more conversations like that of, okay, here's what I've achieved and I'm going to teach you how I did this. But I also need you to know that I still feel afraid. And I don't know that I ever will get to a point where I don't feel afraid. So I'm excited to bring this conversation that we've started within the Powerhouse Women community, which is now what the book has evolved into, our live event, our podcast, and truly a global movement of women who are committed to getting out of their own way and into action around their unique ideas. And I believe that it's so important that we all do this, and the Illuminating Women community included, because I truly believe that when more women get into action around their ideas, that the world will work better, plain and simple. So I'm excited to tackle this topic.
Oh, bravo. And absolutely. Do you know, it is, and you hit one of the key words, and it's fear, because fear is really one of the things that can paralyze us. And one of the things that I've talked about with women is we have this tendency, and I know it comes out of our fear, to criticize ourselves. Oh, I don't, I'm not, and to compare ourselves to somebody else's journey, to somebody else's, because especially with social media, when everything seems to be, oh, so wonderful and my life sucks. No, this is life. And it's messy. Like you said, it's messy sometimes. And, and you and I know one time we learned about change, how change can be, scary and hard in the beginning, messy in the middle, and beautiful in the end. But you're right, there's action steps that need to come into play with that. So I appreciate you sharing that a little bit. Do you have any story that you could elaborate on and how you've been doing this with other women and the outcome they've had because of this lessons and things you've been teaching?
Oh gosh. Well, I think the best example to give is just my own life, my own experience with this. And what I want everyone to know is that I've been able to get out of my own way and start actually pursuing some of these things that 5 years ago I couldn't even dream of. Yeah. And where I'm going next still has me feel fear and still has me sometimes compare myself to what other people are doing. It still has me get caught up in all of these human tendencies. So the first thing I want everyone to know is there's no point you get to where you just have it all figured out. However, there are some tools that I've learned along the way that have radically helped me to move through some of that resistance a lot faster. And I think that's what we need to focus on equipping ourselves with, is the tools, so that we know when we hit our next level of resistance, and we will, we know what to do in order to move past it. So I love to use the example of, I mentioned the book, and I was never going to write a book. That was never part of my vision board. When Jill and I met one another, I was building a health and wellness company. I was very happy doing that. And yet when I reached this phase of my life, this period that I couldn't define as anything other than I just felt restless. I just felt like there was something more. It wasn't until I really looked in the mirror and asked myself why I was feeling that way that I admitted I was playing at maybe 60 to 70% of my potential. Now, that worked for me. I could produce results that way. And it felt kind of good to be producing results, not really having to get uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter how it looked on the outside. Didn't matter how many titles or recognition I got, even, money, success, anything on the outside. I knew deep down I was not using all of my potential, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. Wow. And so when this opportunity came, someone approached me and said, you should write a book, and it would be great for your health and wellness business to establish yourself as an expert. It was the first time I said out loud, I think I'm supposed to talk about something different. And I also, by the way, am never going to write a book because, and I gave her all the reasons why I was afraid, why I believed I couldn't. I told her all about the blog I had started and had for 3 years, the blog I had published 1 new article per year on. And I had all the evidence. I had all the same reasons that these women I would talk to on a daily basis would give me about why I was afraid. And this statement she said next changed my life. She said, Lindsey, if you don't write that book, who's going to? Because what I hear you say are all of the same things that you want to help other women overcome. And the only way you're going to do that is by going first.
Oh, yeah.
After I swallowed my pride a little bit, that was truly the first time that I stepped into doing something that I didn't know I had any business doing, had a lot of fear around it. But I also in that experience learned how much I actually do have on the inside that I think all of us women have. And that's what I'm excited to talk about at Illuminating Women, not to leave this huge cliffhanger, but we're going to keep this video short. Because I think this, as women, we fall into this belief that there's like this checklist that we have to check off and then we'll be ready. I found that everything I needed was actually already in here. I just wasn't listening to it. I wasn't tapping into it. So we're going to point you back to what's already inside. that you may or may not realize, you may or may not be using to its full extent. But this is not a conversation that's going to leave you with a huge to-do list. It's actually going to leave you with a lot of freedom to go out and make the impact that you are uniquely designed to make.
Oh, I love that. The impact that you are uniquely designed to make. Oh, I love, 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 love that. That is fabulous. Well, this conference is going to be March 6th and 7th. We're going to start the night before with some fun and Zumba, and we're going to have fashion designer there to talk to us, a stylist who's going to be talking to us about editing our closets.
Ooh.
Next day, we get into some serious good work and meeting all kinds of amazing women. We're calling this Building Bridges for a Bolder and Brighter Future, which we're super excited about because we are building bridges to this future. Because in fact, in the year of 2020, women in our country have had the right to vote for 100 years. So we have something else to kind of celebrate. How much further women can go, right? The world is our oyster. There's opportunities. We just have to work on some things. We need to work on some things. We want to work on some things that may hold us back, or could even go, hey, this is what's going to help me get that much further in my career, in my business, in my life, in my passions, all of that. Absolutely. Well, Lindsey, I want to thank you so much for joining us today and sharing who you are, and so that people can kind of say, hey, this is the Lindsey who's going to be coming all the way from Arizona to little old Seattle to come speak to us and teach us and inspire us. And I'm grateful you are. So everybody else, it's March 6th and 7th. Lindsey's going to be speaking on the 7th. You can find out more about us at illuminatingwomen.com, and you look under events, there's the conference, or Illuminating Women, Illuminating Women hashtag conference 2020 hashtag. You can look at us there too, and you'll find us. And this is the event. Sign up for it. Bring your girlfriends. Fill the car. The hotel next to us has given us a steal of a deal on rooms. So come spend time, get to know your sisterhood, come grow, come illuminate that life so you can shine brightly and no more dimming you who you are, right? So ladies, thank you for plugging in. Thank you again, Lindsey. We're so excited to have you come. And we look forward to the March, to you coming. So, all righty. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.